We have Christmas lights over here. Nothing on the other side over here behind me. Welcome to today's video. Actually, I don't want to veer off too far. I got a nice light here. As of recording of this Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Had to think for a second. I actually made some paperwork out that said the 13th, planning on for tomorrow. The future of gaming has arrived. Big news coming early 2026. Also a pre-order we thought we would never see. We get a release date and it's happening very soon. Unfortunately, if you didn't pre-order like me, we're gonna be waiting for a little bit, but we'll get into that. And we have official release date on a highly anticipated Nintendo Switch 2 game. Actually, very warm weather. Next couple of days, kind of getting a little bit of a, not summer, but summer-like feel because it's, I mean, it's November. We got some snow a few days ago, but it was actually like 50 degrees today. It's like you don't even know, like, should I even put a jacket on? It's cooling off a little bit now, but the next couple of days will be awesome. So I'm gonna get outside as much as I can. Look at the dusk. Just about to get full on nightfall here. I got some runners over here. Current temperature at 508, 45 degrees. High was 52, feels like 35. So yeah, starting to cool off a little bit, but check this out. We are reaching close to 60. A little bit of yard work to do, so I'm kind of putting it off either tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. If it rains Saturday, kind of fearful of that. But yeah, within the next 3 days, gonna hopefully clean up the leaves. There's always that chance that they'll keep blowing. But what did I just do here? That went crazy. Okay, never mind. Back to what we were looking at. But yeah, I always have the yard work this time of year. There's been years where I would do it every night. And I'm just like, you know what, just wait a few more days, let everything you can fall.
Those are the Call of
Check
Duty
it out, they have the
games.
Batman 66.
Take them in and make the calls. Let them
McFarlane
know
Batmobile
that
here just showed up, and on top is the Penguin Danny DeVito.
Completing their transaction.
That is awesome.
Starts at 4 o'clock.
Wow, I mean, it is spot on with the way that looked in the show. I don't want to move too much stuff, but yeah, there it is. I should say, what if it came with the original Alfred? Can you imagine that? You know, we got Alfred from Batman Forever. You know, the kind of the bonus Batmobile. What if they actually put Alfred from Batman 66 with this? That would be wild. All right, get a free tote bag if you pre-order Call of Duty Black Ops 7, available on the 14th. So just a few days from now, putting in that pre-order, you get a tote bag, just like I believe they were giving them out for the Hyrule, or am I thinking of the Pokemon? But yeah, Black Ops 7, get a tote. Okay, if you remember us talking a little bit of the Funko Pop, not so much of a deal. I thought we were going to see some kind of a deal, and forget what you're hearing about, you know, filing bankruptcy. There's something new coming out, and I think there's like 9,000, 5,000 or 9,000 of the old Bruce Wayne with Ace from Batman Beyond. They will get a few of them here on November 18th. So it's either 5,000 or 9,000 are gonna be made. So if you're interested, head over to GameStop right when it might be. I don't know if it's a GameStop exclusive. Head over here on the 18th, and they might be playing some games where they'll kind of make you search for them. But if I come across the old Bruce Wayne, I think I'll get them. You know, I'm not really into the Funko. I think I have like 3 Funkos tops. I will definitely pick up the old Bruce Wayne. That is awesome. Terry McGinnis, the Batman. That's Saiyan Spirit's favorite Batman. So buy 2 get 1 free on Funko Pop figures. This is good until December 1st. I was just talking to Chris and looked over. They have the speaking of Terry McGinnis, which is, you know, they have the sale. Get Dr. Doom. So there's some good stuff here. Sonic. Get Agent P, whoever that is. I like him. Some good stuff here. The Red Hulk with a snowman. So yeah, make it over to GameStop. Look for, I remember Ben 10. look for some of the Funkos on sale. Get 2, get 1 free. And the 18th, old Batman and Ace, Batman Beyond. That'll be awesome. Oh, they have the Wolverine here. Very cool. I look at my Colossus. It's right next to Punisher, Spider-Man. Two of my black suited Spider-Man, other side of the room, but Colossus and Punisher right next to each other. They will have to get moved when I do when I pick up one of these, which is very soon. So I don't really know where I'm going to put them, but the spot that they're sitting is where the PlayStation 5 is going to go. And you know, there's just one thing. We have the PlayStation 5, you know, our next purchase, but gosh, there's something coming next year, and a pre-order that they're finally starting to ship out. So there's going to be some heavy retro gaming in the very near future for me. Oh, before I get to that, look at the Spectre. Remember that? Did you ever see that DC? It might have been a 3 movie. It was a Green Arrow movie. It was the Spectre. I think it was the Superman Shazam against Black Adam. I think count like a DC showcase. Really cool, like intro, and then in between, it's like they go back to the comic book store. They had the Spectre. Yeah, I mean you don't see a lot of, and then you have Atom Smasher, but pretty cool. I recommend if you see that. I don't know if it's called DC Showcase or DC Masterpiece. 3-part movie. Okay, first of all, I want to get to the future is here. That is the Analogue 4K, which ships November 18th, same day as the old Batman Funko, but these are pre-orders. It's showing out of stock. Now, I did sign up to get notified a few months ago on, you know, if these, when these do surface, this is how to play the N64 games in 4K, and you could, you know, this is something we could stream. And I do love my N64, don't get me wrong, but this is like game changer. It's $250. I'm sure these are going to be available, but the thing is that they're not going to be available for me to buy, you know, for a few months, I would say. They're going to fulfill all the people who were smart and pre-ordered on this and just waited, and it got pushed back a few times over the past year, but it's finally got a release date, and you can play all those cards. So the Analogue's 4K remake of the N64 will, at long last, ship on November 18th. Wario64 did post that 18th is confirmed, and if you didn't pre-order like me, there's a black and a white. You're going to be waiting for a while, and it is $250, which I think is pretty reasonable for this. And this got pushed back a few times, originally stated for July, August, and then, you know, the final quarter of 2025, which we're finally going to see. Of course, just the people who pre-ordered, but I'm glad this is finally going, because there's so much stuff out there, and I always had this like thing about pre-ordering, and you know, when I pre-order, I expect to get it before it shows up in a store, and every time that happens to me, it's like available. And if I would kind of thought about it, I probably would have went in on the Analogue 4K, but eventually I'm sure they're going to have stock. It's just, why wouldn't you? I mean, they're basically printing money. So if you're interested in grabbing it, sign up to get notified. I'll have a link in the description. Analogue 4K N64. It'll take you right to the website. Also, big news from PlayStation 5. Not the sales yet, but they have officially made history. Nintendo Switch 2 has been making a lot of history lately. This time, it's PlayStation 5 setting new standards, setting records that they have surpassed the previous PlayStation 4 and another big competitor. PlayStation 5 has now outsold every Xbox in history, and its latest 84.2 million sales milestone places it ahead of the Xbox 360. That is very impressive. That's huge. I mean, the Xbox 360 to this date is it's one of my favorite consoles. And just kind of going back to the Analogue 4K, while I'm waiting, you know, I do have my N64. I'm gonna get into a little Xbox action. So my retro gaming in 2026 is going to be just kind of going back to the original Xbox stuff. So just kind of stay tuned for that. But PlayStation 5's next. So since its release in 2020, it has sold 84.2 million units, and that number will go up, especially with the sales this year. A lot of people finally moving from their PlayStation 4s, from their PlayStation 3s, and heading into the PlayStation 5. And me, not having any of those, will head back into the PlayStation since the very first one. Since we were just kind of talking Xbox, bad news for Xbox. I got a text from my buddy Carlo today that Steam, which I've never gotten into Steam before, but Steam has a PC coming out. You may have heard of this. Early 2026, this will be available, and it comes with some pretty good stuff. And this is something that I am not really into. I'm not into PC gaming. I'll admit it. And I've never tried out Steam, but instead of the new Xbox PC, the new Steam PC, I think this is going to be the route I go. And just kind of talking about me getting into retro gaming with Xbox. The Xbox games that I want to play have already been made. It's kind of listen like music. My opinion is the best music has already been made, and for me to go back and listen to stuff that I was into certain times in my life. The same thing goes for the Xbox games. That these are the games that I kind of love. The 40-year-old virgin. This is everything I was into in the summer of 2003. I love Paul Rudd. That is my. I love that part. Valve reveals new Steam machine, its next attempt at a PC console hybrid. So this is what it looks like. There's a bunch of videos out there. Just head over to YouTube and check it out. It's pretty cool. The control looks similar to an Xbox. This is coming out early 2026, and it's going to be able to play on anything. You can plug it into your TV, your PC, any way you want to play any of your games will all be in the box. And looks like it is all three products will ship to the United States, Canada, the UK, the EU, and Australia. Distribution for Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. The cube-shaped Stream machine will come with Stream OS, is optimized for playing games and designed to sit by your TV like a game console. That's probably the route I'm going to go. But I might want to, we could get online on this stuff, right? We can play. From what I'm understanding here, is I would just get the games through Steam, go through this box instead of just having everything on my computer. So I like this. It's like a plug and play for me. I think this would be very user friendly for me. Not really into modding and just kind of throwing ROMs out there. I would just like to go through Steam, put it on the box, and like the Steam Deck, all you have to do is sign in to your Stream account to access all the games in your Stream library. So yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. So I'm excited about this. The Steam Frame headset is intended to stream all of your Steam games. How many times I want to say like stream games? Not just VR specific titles. It's described as a comfortable, wireless, lightweight, and supports controller input for regular PC games and VR games. Valve describes it as a streaming first and a PC itself powered by a Snapdragon processor. Like the Steam machine, games will also receive verification ratings to indicate which games will work standalone on it. Here are some images on how it's going to look. And there's a video that I watched before I left the house, and it does have these LED lights, and they function differently. So it's pretty cool. There's the VR, and here's the controller. So it kind of has that Xbox feel. I think this would be pretty comfortable, and apparently you could just take that controller anywhere. So I highly recommend checking out the video. This is game-changing stuff. I'm not really sure on the price. I don't know if any of that was like mentioned. We might get some pop-ups here, but I did kind of screenshot a lot of the stuff that we're kind of going over here. But we'll find out early 2026 how much this is really gonna cost. But mind you, when we're looking at the new Xbox and all that stuff, down the road, we're talking $8, $9, over $1,000. This might be kind of hefty, but I guess this would be everything you would possibly need on one box. We're gonna head over to Target talk a little bit of the next release for Switch 2. Here's a little hint. Oh, we have Spider-Man Christmas shirts. Look at the Rock. Rock this Christmas. Nice. I think this is something Loki would like. Is this jolly enough? I'm hoping to find the game. I didn't see it at GameStop. And maybe they have it. Maybe they have it here. We'll have to see some of the Switch games. But it is, again, it's for the Switch 2. But we'll see. There it is. Okay. We did well. Sonic Racing Crossworlds finally gets an actual release date for the Switch 2, and it's gonna come a lot sooner than I really anticipated. I was thinking next year, try next month. Everyone waiting for the Switch 2 release for Sonic Racing Crossworlds. You don't have to wait long. December 4th, it will be out for the Switch 2 at $69.99. Now, I probably paid $50 for mine. I think I got it at a $10 gift card. If I would have known that it was coming this soon, maybe I would have waited. I don't really know, what the difference is, because I could just get the season pass and have all the characters, which are right here. SpongeBob SquarePants, not just on the arcade one of Claw Machine, but in Sonic Racing, Avatar, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mega Man. Actually, it reminds me of something. Hopefully I won't forget that. Whose appearance leaked early when retailers broke the game's official street date. So, pretty cool. Yeah, the DLC. So if you have it like I do, you can just get the season pass. I don't know if I'm actually going to buy another Sonic game. I might just do that. But maybe a lot of people will jump in and we can really get some online racing going. And if there's any doubt, IGN gave it a 9 out of 10, so just throwing it out there. Sonic Racing Crossworlds finally getting Switch 2. Now, again, I picked up mine for the Switch, so probably get the season pass, but it's as long as other people are going to jump in, because this is a game that races 12 online. I'm not sure about crossplay, but between the Switch and the Switch 2, how many people are gonna get this? Because this is something that I would like to revisit and do some future streams. It's good to have some other racing. I do love my Mario Kart, but having Sonic, it could be kind of like a double header. So December 4th, that will be out, and that's probably when I'll kind of upgrade and get the season pass. Also, I anticipate we might see some deals on some of this stuff. Some of the cameras, maybe we'll get a little bit of a markdown, maybe like a 10% something, some kind of kickback to get people into the chatting. I kind of forget that I have this, and when we do stream, I should bring the camera back. I know it's been kind of on and off kind of thing, like it will lose me, I'll have to go back and get it. But once the patches are all done, hopefully next year will be a little bit smoother with the Switch 2. Not that it's bad, but it's just ran into a couple of things. Figures Mode one day ago posted the new pre-order, 11/14 at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, the Kith Marvel vs. Capcom crossover figures. We have Wolverine, Captain America, Ryu, and Mega Man. So this kind of reminded me when we were looking at the Sonic Racing. Pretty cool. I like the fact that they're giving us action figures to go along with that new skin. A little TV update here, $279.99 on a Samsung 55-inch 4K Crystal UHD LED Smart TV. So if you're in the TV hunt, this was right in the front of Target. I'm going to kind of monitor it, because I think TVs are going to, it was requested, especially when we go to Best Buy, but we'll just kind of pay attention to any of the TVs everywhere we go. Going to check out, see if they have any new figures here, and call it a day. It's Billy Joel's greatest hits on vinyl. Since McFarlane's going to be doing this next year, I'm gonna hold off. Just gonna kind of play the waiting game, see if there's any Target bonuses where I get some circle dollars and put it towards these or build them up. I'm just gonna kind of hang loose and not just pick up any of the figures. There's no running out of time here. We're set for another year. Who knows what we could get from them? And that's gonna do it for today. We have a 30% off clearance on G.I. Joe. And also just another way to pick up other Superman figure or a Batman is the Sonic crossover. And if you picked up the Streets of Rage or the Altered Beast, this brand right here, that's who made those. So it's like one of the only times you'll see them actually do like a DC property, because you have the McFarlane, and then of course the Spin Master. So not a lot of DC properties. So kind of a different way to look at it. If you're into collecting, this is a company that's not going to be doing a heck of a lot of DC, but McFarlane sure will, heading into next year. It's crazy. Well, thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Had to move the camera there. Was stalling a little bit. Let me know about the Analogue, the Analogue 4K. If you pre-ordered, or if you're gonna be one of the first to pick that up, and what you think of the new Steam PC. These are two things that I'm gonna get, but there's got to be stuff in between that's gonna kind of keep me occupied. Not just home arcades, not just the PlayStation 5 or the Switch, but thinking Xbox. Thinking about going back to the old Xbox games and just kind of playing Xbox that way. We'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. One of my favorite games all time was on Xbox, so that's kind of why I just want to get into it. I missed this. We may have seen these in other videos, but the Turtles, Godzilla, very cool. I thought it was a Simpsons crossover for a second, but it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? We have to do a Simpsons. What did we stream last weekend? We did Battletoads. I'm trying to go every other week. I'm gonna come back to Simpsons soon, but yeah, this is showing up. There's a 25% off that ends on the 15th, and I said, I think it was the walk and talk. I said that this is, you can take 25% off of the $54.99. This is the Target exclusive, but it could work on any of this stuff. So if you're eyeing any of it, head over here by the 15th. Bunch of stuff. Also, they have Homer's car. So they're just gearing up everything. This actually comes with the whole family. The car, if you have the set where you have the living room, you could really get a little Konami action going, hey? We just need to end it with the X-Men now.